Hey there, TigerShark here again with Okano. For this week I played a game called Grimps, and its expansion called Squeaking of the Dead. So my original plan was just to type the word penguin into the search on GameJolt.com, and then I'd make a video on like 5 small penguin-themed games. Well, this game was longer and more involved than I expected, so the penguin games will wait for another time, and this week I'll just cover Grimps. So the plot is that aliens called Grimps attack a penguin village, and it's up to you, a lone penguin, to rescue the captives. The original game has 5 levels and a boss fight, and then the expansion has 10 more levels and a finale, plus 4 bonus levels after completing the expansion. It took me about an hour to get through all of it. The original game is mostly just pushing buttons, moving blocks, and dodging Grimps. The puzzles are pretty simple, nothing too crazy. I enjoyed it, and it was a good short experience. The difficulty really ramped up with the Squeaking of the Dead. There was a new enemy type that I think was zombie penguins. They left a trail of poison behind them, making them harder to maneuver around. And then there was the addition of bombs that you can push around to blow up obstacles. And bomb-throwing Grimps who will target you or the zombies. Some of the levels were actually really hard. There were even a couple timed levels. I genuinely had a lot of difficulty on a couple of them and needed to slow down and think about it. I also really enjoyed the music. There were a couple different tracks and they were all pretty fun. I honestly don't even have any critiques. It was just long enough that I didn't feel like it needed anything more, and just short enough that I didn't get bored. I feel like it's not often that I play a game where there wasn't really anything for me to gripe about. One random thing I did notice. In one of the levels, the restart button was disabled. I think this is because it would be easy to think you were soft-locked on this particular level, so you'd restart over and over trying to figure out what you were doing wrong. But the dev thought of this and forced you to stay in the level and think about it instead. Just a guess on my part, I think it was clever if that was the intent here. Because I did try to restart when I thought I was soft-locked, but being unable to made me take stock of what the level presented me and try harder to figure it out. Anyway, I'll be checking out more games by this dev, the Goblin Grotto, in the future. So that's all for this one, and as always I hope you have a spectacular day. I have other channels and projects that I would love for you to check out. I have a second channel called Drawing with TigerShark, where I illustrate movies I haven't seen based on the Wikipedia description. I have an EP on Spotify called 5,555 Miles as my one-man band called Power Mouse. And finally, I have a clothing brand called Studio Duck Apparel featuring original artwork that I create myself. The links to these things will all be in the description.